welcome back to another episode of Wedding Chimes with Val, Summer Edition. So for today's episode, I thought long and hard about it, and one of the questions I always get when helping couples plan their wedding is what should they splurge on and what should they not splurge on. So I came up with kind of a list of things that couples should splurge on and what couples should not splurge on. Okay, so the first thing I tell couples to splurge on is their venue. Okay, so hear me out. So your venue, as we talked about many times in Wedding Chimes as well, is one of the most important things you'll be booking for your wedding, right? So your venue will most likely provide, let's say, 80 to 90% of things that you will need. So, for example, catering, tables, chairs, linens, napkins. Maybe some venues have decor. So when looking for venues, no matter where you are, ask your venue what else do they provide besides, let's say, the catering, right? So right there, if your venue has most of the stuff, you don't have to go elsewhere and splurge elsewhere, if that makes sense. So always ask what other things you have, like items you could add on, so maybe a bit of a bit of a higher price, but then you don't have to go elsewhere to go find it. So always ask what else is the package include, and if you could upgrade, so you don't even have to go find that other thing that you're looking for. So venue, splurge on that. If you like a venue that has a nice scenery for pictures, or if you say, well, they have tables and chairs that we like and the linens and all that stuff, I say go for it. It's easier, so then later on you don't have to worry about finding other vendors to have those items that you want. So that's one thing I say to splurge on, is a venue. Another thing I say to splurge on is a photographer. Photographers, very important. They're the ones taking pictures for you, and they're capturing those memories for you. Okay, and I mean a professional photographer, not a friend that just decided one day to start taking pictures and offering to be the photographer. Nope, don't do that. Unless if your friend's a professional photographer, then that they know how to do weddings, then go for it. And as we spoke before on Wedding Chimes with Val, that photographers have all different styles of taking pictures. So pick the one that you want, even if you're splurging a bit more for the photographer that you say, okay, they know what we're doing, they know what they're doing, and they'll give you the best service and the picture that you want. I say go for it. It's worth the splurge, in my opinion. Another thing that's fairly new that we spoke about, I believe, before, content creator. They're a newer service in the wedding world, and they're basically individuals that film behind the scenes for you during your wedding day. So it's unedited or barely edited footage that you get within 24 to 40 hours of your wedding day, and they basically come with their iPhone or mini camera to film everything behind the scenes that your photographer might not capture, or they might not be there your photographer for. So I think it's a cute addition for memories, for behind the scenes, so you have something before your photographer gives you back your edited pictures, and you're able to post right away. You don't have to wait for pictures or family and friends to take those pictures for you that you're waiting for. So that's something I say splurge on if you can. I think it's a good investment for sure, and they're fairly new. Another thing I say splurge on is the food. If your guests will remember the food. Every wedding I've done, it's always the food. So I say, depending on your budget and other things, I say food is the most important thing. So if you know a venue offers a certain cuisine, or you heard of this caterer, I say go for it. That has what you want. And if you have the budget, room in your budget, I say 100% go for it. The food is key, right? Another thing I say to splurge on is the DJ. So the DJ, we spoke about DJs many times on Wedding Chimes, but I say splurge on a good DJ, because the DJ, believe it or not, will make or break the party at your wedding. They make or break it. That's just the reality. DJs, they're a big one, and they make or break the wedding, right? The after part, the reception, right? They're the ones running the show. So I say do your homework due diligently on DJs. Contact even 2, 3, even 4 DJs to see A, the price, B, do they play the music you want to play with, that you want played, certain things, see what else they offer. I say go for it. DJs, they're important, believe it or not, because they control the wedding at the end of the when it's the reception, right? And some DJs now, if you're married at the same venue, they might do ceremony too. So that's something to ask as well. What else to splurge on? DJ, food, photographer, venue. I want to say the next thing to splurge on is your bridal bouquet. Okay, as your bridal bouquet will be there with you the whole day. Will be your accessory. That's the only thing you will be and should be holding besides your spouse's hand. So bridal bouquet, I say splurge on it. I'm not saying to spend thousands of dollars on it, because that right there is a little extreme in my opinion, depending what flowers you want and everything. But I say splurge on a good bouquet, because at the end of the day, it'll be in all your pictures, everything. And I mean, for your bouquet, for the bride, for the bridesmaids, I say more and more, they'll have it with them. It's nice for pictures, but you can even get an artificial bouquet. More and more, I see it more trending, because I've seen many things. Some bridesmaids, they forget it, they leave on the table, it's dying to flowers, So you can get an artificial one, Amazon and anywhere they have it. And I think it's better for the bridesmaids in some cases to have artificial bouquets. It saves money. You could buy it anywhere, right? And you can match your bouquet, and plus, you're the bride, you're going to be in all the pictures. The bridesmaids might be some pictures, but at the end of the day, all the focus is on the bride and groom, right? So I say that's definitely a splurge, your bridal bouquet. It's a good splurge. I'll circle back to splurges, but now let's talk about what I don't recommend splurging on. So one thing I don't recommend splurging on is thank you gifts, okay? I've seen millions of thank you gifts. I'm guilty for my own wedding. I had a thank you gift, but more and more I find some guests forget it, some guests don't realize they take it home, right? So again, if you want to give a thank you gift, I say you give something practical that they can use. You can give something edible like a cookie or a macaroon or something they could eat then and there so they don't forget it. Something they could use. So example, like let's say a bottle opener, or I know I saw Tic Tacs, which are very cute, like things that are very practical, or something they could use. Nothing, I want to say bulky things, like candles. I think they're fading out of it a little bit. I want to say what else? Vases, maybe the hit or miss, but you have to know your crowd and know your guests. You know them better than anyone else. So I say something practical if you want to give a thank you gift. But again, don't be spending like $10-$20 per guest here. It's gonna add up, right? Another thing I say that you shouldn't really splurge on, this might be a hot topic, but centerpieces. So again, everyone's different, but the centerpieces, I personally think less is more. You don't have to do anything extreme and crazy. Hey, here's a budget to do it, go for it. But even then, you might want to put it somewhere else, right? So I say sometimes keep it simple is the best, because remember, you have your centerpiece in the middle of your table. Then you have your charger plates, your forks, your knives, your glasses, right? Everything, right? So at one point, your table is going to become really, really tight, right? And there won't be space for anything else that the venue might have to put there, right? So I say keep it simple, keep them, yes, it has to be on theme and everything, but at the same time, be smart on where you place all your stuff. So keep that in mind too. Again, if you don't care, I say go for the biggest centerpiece you can find, but keep in mind too, at the end of the day, it's a the tables aren't huge, right? So keep that in mind too, depending on the venue and everything, right? So centerpieces, I say keep it simple, classy, elegant. You can't go wrong with that. Another thing I want to say that you don't really have to splurge on are what did I want to say? Thank you. It'll come to me. Yes, are the wait, it's gonna come to me. Another thing, I want to say yes for DJs. So yes, we say to have a DJ, but I mean, some DJs will like offer like other things, like you can get the cold sparklers for your first dance, or the like all the stuff, like the cold sparklers, the dry ice. So remember, you don't really have to splurge on that. Yes, it looks nice in pictures, it's great for those like 5 seconds, but now more and more venues are not allowing that. So you have to keep that in mind too. I've seen both. Some weddings had some, and at the end of the day, personally, it's just for pictures you're doing it. And sometimes some photographers, not all, some, they miss it, or they're not taking that many pictures from the angle with the dry ice and smoke. So again, I don't think it's really a splurge. It's an add-on where the DJ charges you more and makes more money, which is fine. But at the same time, I say ask your venue first before you add it, because some venues don't allow it for a lot of reasons. Another thing I want to say, speaking about DJs, where you can splurge, is some DJs have a photo booth option that you can rent directly for them. That is a good splurge, because at the end of the day, instead of finding an external vendor, you could find the DJ. So I'm going to make it fast because it's already been 11 minutes, and I want to keep it short and sweet. So basically, another thing I say not to splurge on are bridal party gifts. I mean, it's a hot topic, but don't go crazy overboard. Again, get something practical for them, something you can use every day after a wedding, not something that's branded bridesmaids or maid of honor. Something cute, something sweet, something thoughtful. If you know the girls very well, it'll be easy for you. So don't go overboard crazy with that. Another thing is you should splurge on is makeup for the bride, for you. Again, for your bridesmaids, and as well, to offer that service. If you want to pay for it or not, it's up to you, but you should offer that service so everyone looks glam and ready to go. So I would definitely say splurge a little bit on hair and makeup, or if you want to do it on your own too, hey, even better. You could practice, and for your big day, you'll be ready to go. Another thing I don't say splurge on, it's videographer. I mean, they're great. I work with plenty of amazing ones, but I personally think for the videographer, again, you already have a photographer, that captures most of the images, and a videographer. Some is a combination deal, so if you get a better price for both, I say go for it. But again, you'll be waiting a long time for the video. It takes long. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that. Really depends what you value. So yes, if you have the budget and it's a combination deal with photographer and videographer, I say go for it. But if not, I would book all the vendors first and then go from there if it's worth it or not for you. Again, you might say yes, then go for it. But again, I'm seeing less and less of my clients using a videographer year by year done. So again, I'm 50-50. I work with great ones and I recommend them highly. But again, do your research with the videographers, right? To make sure they're the best and they what you want. So the last one not to splurge on, to splurge on are example, let's say charger plates, like if it's the fancier plate you put at the bottom. If the venue doesn't already have it, I say splurge on that. And napkins too make a big difference. And you can rent that all, or you can buy it off Amazon. It's great. It's a great splurge. It helps elevate the table. It's a great choice. And the last thing I want to say not to splurge on are, how do you say, stuff for not stuff for your wedding, but things. Yes, you have to bring things for your wedding, like example, makeup touch-up, like chapstick, like all that stuff. For your wedding planner will have everything you need for you on your wedding day, and her or his emergency kit. So you don't have to start bringing a whole thing, because with your wedding planner they have it all. So you don't have to bring a whole kit of wipes, makeup wipes, this and that, you name it, because your planner should and will already have it for you. So you don't have to worry about splurging on a whole kit for yourself for your wedding, because your planner already has one. So I hope that helped this episode. It flew by almost 15 minutes, so it was nice catching up with everyone, and I hope you're having a great summer. And like I said, I hope this episode gave a bit of clarity, or this very short and sweet episode gave a bit of clarity on what you should splurge and not to splurge on for your big day. And as always, tune in. We're everywhere on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. So give us a follow, give us a shout out. We'll love that. And have a great rest of your day. Bye. Thanks for chiming in. Bye.